For more than 20 years, In-Fisherman has been part of each winter season fishing in North Texas for stripers, blue catfish, occasionally bluegills and crappies, even white bass. But the main target is North America's favorite sport fish, the largemouth bass. One favorite destination is, of course, world-famous Lake Fork. Today, though, we're on nearby Lake Monticello.
Nice. A good start to the day.
Yes, sir.
Pretty
Good
fish,
stuff.
huh? This is something that I wouldn't have expected to be doing.
Yes.
So
yes.
I would have, you come to Texas in the wintertime, but you get on a warm-watered lake like this, and it's just a different game, isn't it?
It is. These fish are starting to spawn here. And so, we're just concentrating on these spawning flats here and, making, kind of long cast a little bit with that Texas rig, with that pit boss there.
Yeah,
and,
but it's January. It's the middle of
is.
January,
Yeah.
so it's a big surprise in many ways.
Yes.
And
Water temperature is 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Which is
so
which
show
is
that's a
bit
beautiful fish.
different. Yeah, full of
So you
eggs.
catch a few more like that. That was fun too.
Yes, sir. All right.
So nothing complicated about the rigging.
Right.
And just a pit boss here and a Texas rig Texas worm type rigging.
Yes, sir.
So there's the pit boss, classic little bait, and just kind of straight through here. Give it a turn again, and then back in the bait. So it's running straight and smooth, just like that right there. And we're not even text posing. You're just because. Of course, heavy braid.
Right,
here,
right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Using, heavy braided line. We sometimes use that fluorocarbon leader on there. We tinker with it, both ways, but definitely need the braid. A lot of pad stems, a lot of old dead lily pad stems here on this flat, and those fish just make those beds next to those old pad stems.
Yeah, so it's not actually seeing beds, but it's just calculating your casts and working through the area.
Right. And a lot of times, we'll see the holes in the pad stems. You'll see the little gap, stuff like that. So you kind of visualize a bed being there, and just working that bait through there real slow. And
all right, well, let's stay at it. That's a good start. That was fun.
there you go.
Oh, big boil. Big boil. See what happens here. Oh, that's a nice fish, man.
Yeah.
Pretty. Kind of wallowing.
Yeah.
Up and in. Good job.
All right, another female.
Nice.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, these fish are not. That fish hasn't spawned, has it?
No, not quite yet.
Huh.
No, sir.
You can see right there. Pretty puffy yet. But that's the amazing thing. So these fish will actually, do they spawn in December or they start in January?
Typically in January. So they'll spawn here, January and a little bit into February. It's kind of a different deal here because they have to wait for the water to actually cool down.
Wow.
Whereas most places you have to wait for it to warm up. So.
Huh. But I tell you, the puzzling thing for me when I come down here, which is it's so great to fish with somebody like you who's so experienced down here, is you look at all this and it's all shallow. You got all of that beautiful looking tree stuff. So, but you're just looking for a spawning.
Well, that's the deal is so much of this is mud bottom, so you want that hard bottom just like anywhere else.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
kind of knowing where those places are that have that good sandy bottom where it's more conducive for them to spawn is, really kind of the trick.
So any kind of reed kind of stick up?
Yeah,
or?
It seems like, anytime we find these lily pad stems here, we have a pretty decent sandy bottom. That last one, she probably...
There we are.
All right.
Another one up there.
Excellent.
Here's a little jumper again.
About 3 in a row.
Feisty for sure.
The good thing for us is we're finding the female.
Yep.
And that's the thing is if we were catching a bunch of little bucks, it'd be a different deal. But
You bet.
But even that one's a little small female there.
Get that out of there. So tell them how you're fishing with the rod tip high. Explain how you're...
Well, we've got all these little, all these old dead pad stems here. And so it's just a matter of really fishing really slowly, fishing very thoroughly. So, we're just kind of keeping that rod tip high, kind of crawling that thing through those pad stems, a little hop every once in a while when you get kind of hung up on that stem and just react to it.
You bet.
Oh.
It's at the very end of the cast.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish, man, wow. Huh? Look at this. There. So we're doing one thing, and you're gonna show me the swim bait thing. And about
Yes.
10 casts in just before the end of the day here, we had the big weather change.
Right,
What
right.
a way to end the day.
Yes,
What a
sir.
fish. Beautiful.
Fish. Beautiful.
Huh?
Beautiful fish.
And I would never even have thought to go from what we were doing with the little.
Right,
Huh?
right. Yes,
So
sir.
just a beautiful fish.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations and thank you so much. I learned so much from you guys when I come down here.
Well, it's always a
I
pleasure to
appreciate
have
it.
you.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
that's great. Hey, look at this. A Monticello fish right here. That's the other thing. You can come down here, you can fish for. You've got 2 warm water lakes, you've got Welsh, and of course we're on Monticello today, and beautiful fish on all of them.